So in this video, I'm going to show you under the hood of this inbound demand generation strategy that I've designed for my companies. And this is after years of doing this for clients, doing demand gen for clients, running hundreds of thousands. In total, I've run millions of dollars in ads in Facebook and paid social ads and LinkedIn ads for clients. And I run a B2B SaaS company called Marketing Hero, and I've run prop tech companies before. So I've been in this industry for a really, really long time, and I've been devising demand gen strategies for other people. But this is how I would do it for myself, and this is the exact strategy I'm going to be doing. So it's an inbound demand generation strategy for B2B SaaS and sales-led businesses. So it also works for agencies, B2B SaaS, that kind of stuff. So let's jump in. The first thing we need to look at, it's all about creating a system which works coherently together, because demand gen is a full funnel strategy. It's not just about one thing. So I've written this all down here. This is the system. The first thing we're going to focus on is traffic. And how do we get traffic? It's all about content. So the platforms I'm going to be focusing on are LinkedIn, so posting every day on LinkedIn. So here's what I'm doing every day. I'm getting a bunch of people. There's 3,704 views coming to my profile over the past 365 days, and over the past 28 days, I've just started posting again. I've had 156 views, but this is, look at this, boom, it just gone straight up to 76. So this is when I started posting again, and I'm going to be building this out. So this video is not going to go into each individual strategy. It's a bit of an overview strategy. I have loads of videos on my YouTube channel which will go over that in more detail, but we're going to be focusing on LinkedIn posting, and this is going to be build out this social activity which is going to be bringing in really high quality. We're talking about really high quality traffic from LinkedIn coming to my website, coming to my profile page, and building out traffic. And this is also all about thought leadership. So a lot of this is going to be building up thought leadership stuff. Doing a good social strategy is going to be really important, and also it's actually really scalable. So LinkedIn is one of the traffic sources. The second one is I'm building out my blog. So I don't really know where blogging is going to go in the future, but I'm building out a blog leveraging AI, and we're posting 2 articles every single day at the moment. And this, I'm hoping, at the moment, I believe we're getting something like 50 clicks a day. So it's very small, but I want to build this out to a few thousand clicks a month. And the idea is to get those clicks, to engage with those clicks with my blogs, but to make sure that Google search is bringing in all this new traffic into my ecosystem, and I'll get to how we're going to convert that later. But the next one after that is actually YouTube. So YouTube is one of my greater channels at the moment. YouTube last year, I have a whole video coming out about this, actually created about 150k in revenue just from YouTube. YouTube is a great traffic source. And I actually think YouTube is a longer term strategy source than blogging potentially. Blogging has a lot of different, things up against it at the moment. And with YouTube, I've built this out to about 11,000 views of my videos every single month, and that's converting into a lot of lead magnets. I'll get to that in a minute. So this is my strategy at the moment. I've got LinkedIn, blog, and YouTube, and there are a couple other places that I might do in the future, but for now this is a bit overwhelming, and this is all I need. If I'm getting a few thousand hits on my blog, I'm getting loads of people viewing me on YouTube, and a lot of traffic from social media, mostly LinkedIn, then suddenly I can funnel this down to the next level, which I'll get to in a minute. But before we get there, from the traffic stage, the other traffic sources I'm considering in the future are guest podcasting. So getting on other people's podcasts to bring them into my ecosystem. So that's traffic, and those podcasts do have a long time. I've been on Social Media Examiner, Michael Stelzner. That was amazing. The amount of traffic that came from that, and the backlink that brought it to my blog is so powerful. So I'm going to be looking at guest podcasting. The next one is just creating our own podcast. And what I'm thinking is to incorporate that into YouTube. So doing a video podcast where it's all about interviewing some of the coolest B2B, people out in the world doing amazing stuff. So podcasting is going to be another one. And the other one is Twitter. The only problem with all this, it takes a lot of time. This is a full-time job right here. So it's taken a lot of time. But Twitter, I see, can be, or X, and also Threads can be an incredible source. And a lot of the stuff I'll be building, talking about on my YouTube channel, is exactly this stuff here, how to build out the traffic. But what I'm trying to work out at the moment is how to leverage AI to be able to build more traffic in this ecosystem. So I have a whole workflow video coming out all about how to turn YouTube videos into blog articles and then also into LinkedIn posts and threads. So all of this can work together to create a content matrix which all works together. We don't have to be thinking about these platforms separately. They should be working together. And so, for example, if a video comes out, I can create multiple LinkedIn posts and threads, and then I can schedule them over the months. Next video comes out, I can schedule them. So they're all coming out at the same time. We're not talking about the same thing each week. You know, this is what Justin Welsh talks about. I'm definitely inspired by Justin Welsh and his system, and I'm drawing on how other creators are doing it in the space, which is really, really cool. Blogging, I'm really excited about because I'm seeing some traction already. I'm leveraging AI in the blogs to post twice, or, you know, you can do auto blogging, so people posting like 1,000 posts all at once. I'm doing 2 a day, so we don't overwhelm Google Search Console, we don't get penalized. You got to be careful of that. So that's my traffic strategy. So what we're going to do with traffic, for the sake of traffic, is not that useful. I mean, you can monetize your blog of ads, you can monetize YouTube ads, but that's like the worst way to actually make revenue from traffic. So I would focus on that. Just that. I wouldn't overwhelm yourself with anything else. If you're just getting started as a system, just build out the traffic sources, focus on traffic. And we're talking about focusing on traffic for like 8 months. A blog doesn't really start ranking for many months. YouTube takes a lot of videos to create. You need to create 50 videos minimum. And also to create that traction takes a really, really long time. And with LinkedIn, it's a bit quicker, and Twitter probably as well. But what I'm saying is I would just focus on this for the next few months. Forget about the next step, which is to engage. And so basically, my strategy next is to push all this traffic into a weekly newsletter. And it's going to be really cool. I've already got the page set up here. It's Be in the Know, the latest B2B growth marketing news, trends and strategies. It's just going to be a weekly newsletter, which is going to give some really awesome wisdom. It's going to be super high quality. I'm going to put so much effort into this one newsletter because I'm funneling everyone into this. And I already have about 1,000 people within, I've collected, what am I talking about? It's like 2,000 emails, but I've been doing this for some time. I'd love to build this out to 10, 15,000 people on my newsletter, have a high open rate, high engagement rate in the newsletter. And the newsletters are going to be packing some incredible value. All I'm thinking still at this stage is to give as much value as possible. And the reason why is you don't need to sell hard. You can sell softly. And there are 2 things. The newsletter alone is going to be super valuable as a company. So B2B Hero is a company in its own right, just a content company, which I'm just going to be creating content with a newsletter. And eventually there might be some courses or something like that. So B2B Hero alone as a standalone company can be worth a lot of money in the future as I build this content out and this newsletter. But this newsletter is actually in its own right, newsletters can be worth millions and millions and millions. And they're also one of the best ways to convert traffic into the next stage, which is to push people to your website and to convert that traffic into actual sales calls or free trials if you're a B2B SaaS company, product led, if you're sales led into sales calls, all that kind of stuff. This is great for agency owners as well. So once people are engaging in that newsletter, I'm seeing a really high readership, really high open rate, really high engagement rate in that newsletter. At the bottom of each newsletter, all you're going to have is, by the way, this is how I can help you. And I'll get to that in a minute, but basically, or we can get to it now, we're going to push everyone to this newsletter helping. And then after that, you can push people to the various companies you have. And this is where the magic happens in terms of revenue. Because if you, on the back end, you have an agency model, you're doing agency ads, you're doing content creation, if you have a high LTV company in the background, which I'll get into in a minute. I run a LinkedIn ads agency called Kin. So here you go, Kin kin.co. It's LinkedIn agency. I'm a LinkedIn ads pro. I've been doing this for years. LinkedIn ads is something I'm really deep into. And the second thing I've also am running with a business partner is Marketing Hero. We have some of the best marketing freelancers in the world, and each freelancer, we take a little bit on top of each freelancer. So we're matching these elite level, like we're talking about the top of the pyramid type of elite level freelancers. They've worked with Mercedes, HubSpot, Amazon, Google. They've been integral parts of these big companies, and now they want to consult either on the side, or they want to consult and implement as a full-time thing. So they come and we represent them and we link them to really good companies. And this is my B2B SaaS, sales-led B2B SaaS company. So basically these on the back end, we're going to be pushing. You might have your B2B product-led SaaS company, or you might have your B2B sales company, whatever it is. We're going to be pushing people from the newsletter at the bottom saying, by the way, if you need LinkedIn ads, I can help you. Click on this link. Or if you need awesome freelancers, I can help you. Click on this link. So from that, we're going to be getting high, because people at this point, if they're on your newsletter and they've been watching, all of this mix works together as well. Like people end up watching you, seeing you on LinkedIn, they end up on your YouTube channel, watching your videos, and they end up reading your blog articles. So the blog articles, I have a whole strategy on leveraging AI to create really high quality blog articles. I'm not talking about just pumping out millions of articles, really high quality. So once they get into this ecosystem and they're in your newsletter and they're really, you're pushing your newsletter back out to this content streams as well, they're seeing you in so many different ways. The trust and authority of this is so high. And this is your biggest, the customers that engage with you the most are in your newsletter. Suddenly you can push them to these companies, and as you build this out, the more and more people you push these companies, the more they're going to trust those landing pages, the higher the conversion rate. And at this point, I'm pushing people to a calendar. So I want people to fill out a form. The form for Marketing Hero is a lot more comprehensive. I want to know a lot more. LinkedIn is just to make sure that people have the budget to actually hire me. And then they book into the calendar where we have someone who is doing the sales call or doing the kind of consulting call and converting those people into revenue. And this is where the magic happens. And this is the metric I think I'm going to be pushing in the future the most, which is the metric of per impression, how much revenue are we making? Per 1,000 LinkedIn views, per 1,000 blog articles, per 1,000 video views, how much revenue are we converting from that? It's going to be hard to do that, so I'm probably going to just make it into one metric, which is more per impression or video view. And then eventually there will be a metric I can look at, is how many of those are converting into newsletter signups, and how many of those newsletter signups, there'll be conversions within each platform that we'll be looking at. But for example, in the newsletter, how many people are actually reading the newsletter who are signed up, and then how many of those people who are reading that newsletter are actually clicking on the links and signing up for a sales call. So this is going to be the master inbound demand gen strategy that I'm building out, and I'm not sure, eventually I might add some other traffic sources if I can really leverage AI tools. So with YouTube, we're probably going to be pushing Twitter and Threads maybe, and with this we're going to be doing some parasite SEO. So if you're interested in following this journey, definitely check out my YouTube channel. This is where the majority of the back of end, this is where I share the nitty gritty stuff. I'm going to be sharing a lot of this on LinkedIn, a lot of YouTube. I'm going to put this into articles. So definitely check out all the content. But with YouTube, this is where a lot of the content, so if you're wondering why you should follow me on YouTube, this is why. I'm going to go really deep into all these different elements, the newsletter stuff, and then how to convert all the different stages. So this is the full-blown strategy that I'm going to be doing. Hope this is helpful. And I think this is something that, this is after years and years and years of analysing what is the best way to do it. And this is the system and structure that I've implemented. In the future, this might change. I'm going to be checking this system. The one last thing I'm going to say is a lot of this traffic might end up directly going to the website, because I'm going to, in all of these places, I'm also talking about the case of, by the way, Marketing Hero or kin.co. So a lot of this is going to end up going to traffic. And now the final part of this video is all about how to scale. And I'm a LinkedIn ads and paid social specialist. So what I'm going to be doing is a full funnel LinkedIn ads and Facebook and Instagram retargeting strategy. And this is how you're going to scale, because LinkedIn ads, in my opinion, is all about content distribution. So I don't even think you should be doing LinkedIn ads if you don't have a content strategy. So this is your content strategy right here. This is your where you should be pushing people towards. But basically, in the middle of funnel, you want to be taking all this content at the various stages and pushing this to people. So if you're just talking about, I don't know, maybe you're just talking about LinkedIn ads, maybe you're a LinkedIn ads agency, maybe you're a SEO agency, all you're talking about here is SEO blogs, SEO YouTube channel, and you're utilizing that content in your LinkedIn. With LinkedIn, all we're doing is retargeting all these people that are coming in from all this content, and we're retargeting them to make sure they're getting the content, and we're doing basically a content distribution channel, which is what LinkedIn, in my opinion, should be looked at performance marketing. It should be looked at content distribution, because we can actually send this content we can guarantee distribution to the exact people. Say if you're trying to hit marketing CMOs or marketing departments or HR departments, whatever it is you're trying to hear, we can guarantee the distribution of this content to them, bring them into your funnel, retarget them consistently as a demand generation, not lead generation strategy. Make sure we retarget them with content, and then we're pushing them to a lead gen. And my lead gen is not having crappy lead generation content. I'm actually pushing them to the newsletter. So eventually I would be doing a demand gen 180 day retargeting layer, where we're just doing loads of content layers at different stages of the sales cycle, and then I'm pushing eventually people to this lead gen, and that's where most people will be going. There will be some bottom of funnel ads saying, hey, by the way, are you ready to do LinkedIn ads? Click on this and book in a sales call. And this, actually, I think the majority of the magic is in this retargeting, and then trying to get as many people in this newsletter, engage people on this newsletter as possible, and scaling that out so we can rapidly, basically paid media is just scaling this system out. Without this system, if you're throwing loads of ads and money into LinkedIn ads and Facebook ads and Google ads, stop what you're doing right now. First, build out a good demand generation system like this. This is a demand gen inbound system, demand gen engine. Then you can scale that out with ads. But until you build this out, really, I think you're going to waste a lot of money. This is why a lot of people fail with LinkedIn ads. The reason why people succeed with LinkedIn ads is normally when they already have something like this working really, really well. So until then, I'd probably stop. Go to scratch. Where is your audience? What platform should you be creating for traffic? And then let's go to, hire kin.co. Hire us to do your LinkedIn ads for you. We can do a paid social strategy. You can see all these links in the description below if this is on YouTube. But definitely, that's it. This is the system that I'm going to be doing. Please follow me on this whole journey on YouTube. I'm going to be really showing you under the hood what's working, what's not. Maybe I get penalized by Google for trying to do too much. Maybe not. Maybe it's scaling really well. We're going to be showing the downs and the ups. So subscribe if this is on YouTube. Follow me on LinkedIn otherwise, and see you guys very soon.